Although science lacks concrete data regarding the development of society and state governance on the eve of the First Chronicle dynasty, inscriptions reveal a remarkable civilizational leap. The Egyptian script already operated with its full arsenal of phonetic signs and determinatives, while a cursive script was also being developed. Furthermore, the state apparatus possessed exceptional administrative skills. Scribes were already performing arithmetic calculations up to 1 million. This powerful momentum prepared the transition from the pre-dynastic era to the early dynastic period. Political and religious life at this time was centered in the region of Hierakonpolis. The kings who ruled Egypt immediately preceding the First Dynasty are traditionally grouped together under the term Dynasty 0. Monuments from this era testify that Egyptian rulers were already closely linked to the god Horus. His name was tied to the king's primary name, the Horus name, which designated his spiritual double, or Ka. By 3000 BC, a mature concept of Horus as a true trinity existed: a celestial body, the heavenly ruler, and an earthly king. He was simultaneously the heavenly Horus and an earthly king in the form of a falcon, a cosmic and eternal deity. Dating back to this period, the first wall paintings in a chieftain's tomb were discovered in Hierakonpolis. They depict a funeral procession of boats, hunting scenes, and combat, with figures scattered freely across the space. For a long time, Egyptology was dominated by the hypothesis that Upper and Lower Egypt emerged as two separate, independent kingdoms. It was posited they resulted from the unification of older centers, which later entered into an alliance or were conquered. The idea of the two lands is heavily supported by the official custom, where Upper Egypt was always mentioned first. From the ruler's titulary as King of Upper and Lower Egypt to the description of the crowns and administrative institutions. The most important evidence is an image found on a clay vessel dating back to the Naqadawan culture. However, modern science emphasizes that the supremacy of the South can also be explained through entirely cosmological lenses. For this amphibious civilization, the Nile occupied the central place in the cosmos, representing life and motion. Its current flows in one constant direction, from Upper to Lower Egypt. No definitive evidence proves a historical conquest occurred. According to legends, the pivotal figure behind the final political unification of the country was King Narmer. Originating from the south, he undertook a fateful military campaign northward to establish his rule over the delta. The primary evidence of this triumph is the famous Narmer Palette, a monument marking the definitive artistic canon. It showcases the classical Egyptian manner of representing a body, the face in profile, while the shoulders face forward. On one side, Narmer is depicted in the tall white crown of Upper Egypt, striking down a defeated northern chieftain. On the other side, the ruler marches triumphantly in a procession, now wearing the red crown of Lower Egypt. At the center, two mythical animals with intertwined long necks symbolize harmony and the union of the two lands. To solidify legitimacy, Narmer introduced the double crown, combining the insignia of both regions into a single sovereign power. Rulers adopted the title Lord of the Two Lands, guarded by the divine powers of the vulture and the cobra. Finally, he founded the capital, Memphis, on the geographical border to permanently balance influence between the north and the south.